Hello everyone, I am Rodel and I will discuss about the guidelines for making anecdotal record. So first, in making anecdotal record, we have to remember to keep a notebook handy. It is for us to put those important information and details in that certain event. And be sure to include the names of the child, the setting, and the time in your notes. Second is, we have also to record as soon as possible po. So, huwag po natin ipagpaliban o ipagpabukas pa ang ating paggawa niyan para matandaan natin kung ano ba yung mga importanteng detalye. Next is, we have also to identify the name, the child, the date, and the setting. Importante po yan ha, huwag niyong kakalimutan. Next is describe the action and what was said. We have to be descriptive and narrative in our report. Next is include the responses of other people. Also, we need to gather some important information from the secondary sources. Next is describe the event in the sequence that is occurred. Okay, we have to narrate and describe those important details and what was being happened. Simple as that. Next is record should be complete. Dapat po ang ating record ay kompleto po. Dapat walang kulang. Kasi po, mahalaga po yun para malaman natin at para po ito ay maging reliable and valid. Next is, they should be compiled and filed. It is for it to be safe at para hindi po mawala kung kailangan natin hanapin. Next is, it should be emphasized as an educational resource. So, pag gumagawa po tayo ng anecdotal record, ito po isang educational resource dapat. Okay? Remember that? Next is, the teacher should practice and training in making observation and writing records. So, sa paggawa pala ng anecdotal records, bilang isang teacher, tayo ay nag-observe, tayo gumagawa ng isang observation, at dapat tayo gumagawa ng mga records. Okay? Next is, items and anecdotal records. So, kung pag sinabi natin items, ano ba yung dapat mga ilagay doon sa anecdotal records? Ano ba yung dapat nating tandaan? Okay. The first part of anecdotal records should be factual, simple, and clear. Okay. Dapat po makatotohanan. Dapat hindi siya mahabang-mahaba. Dapat precise. Okay? At dapat malinaw para naiintindihan. Next is we have to include name of the student. Okay? Remember that? Next is unit, ward, and department. Ilalagay din po natin sa anecdotal record the date and the time. Next is brief report of what happened. Okay, simple as that. We have to make descriptive narrative report. Pero it should be brief and concise, okay? Next is the second part of an anecdotal record may include additional comments, analysis, and conclusions. So we can also add some thoughts and insights or conclusions and comments to the anecdotal record if we want. So it's our choice. Next is, so here we go. We have an example of an anecdotal record. We have here observer, observation date and time, student name, and we have also to put the description of the incident or what is being happened. Here, we have to describe or we have to narrate what was being happened, okay? Next is description of the location. We have to describe the location of that certain area. Next is notes, recommendations, and actions. So here in this part, it is our choice to what will we put in that certain area. Recommendations, what we can recommend to that parent or to the child. Actions, what are those assumptions and actions that we have to do, okay? And then the signature of the student. Next is descriptive reports. So from the word descriptive, this kind of report is more on describing. We have to describe a certain event. It is more of a narration. So as we read here, the instructor writes a brief report. So it should be brief. Dapat concise at simple at dapat klarong-klaro para maunawaan nila. And these reports are quite useful in instructing highlights. So napakalaga po nito lalo na mas sa mga teacher natin dyan. Because it's for us to highlight students' strengths and weaknesses. Okay, next is advantages and disadvantages of anecdotal records. So, meron din palang pros and then the cons. So, first, we have to read the advantages. Supplements and validates of other structured instruments. So, yun yung una. So, nagsusupport siya sa mga structured instruments. Next is provision of insight into total behavior incidents. Needs no special training. So, pag magawa tayo ng anecdotal record, hindi na po kailangan magkaroon ng special training isang teacher. Next is use of formative feedback. Also, it is important. Next is economical and easy to develop. So, anecdotal record is very easy. It is an ease. So, hindi natin kailangan magpakahirap pa. We have to just make an anecdotal record. Open-ended and can catch unexpected events. So, yun po yung mga advantages. Next is disadvantages of anecdotal records. If carelessly recorded, the purpose will not be fulfilled. So, dapat po hindi tayo maging anga-anga or dapat hindi tayo maging careless. Dapat be careful sa paggawa ng isang anecdotal record. Next is only record events of interest to the person doing the observing. So, isa din yun. Next is incidents can be taken out of context. So, pwedeng isang incident na yun na hindi pala siya related doon sa context na yun. So, subjectivity. Next is lack of standardizations. Difficulty in scoring. Also, isa din yan. Time consuming. So, isang malaking disadvantage yung time consuming, no? Kasi, parang masasayang lang oras natin sa paggawa nun. Next is may miss out on recording specific types of behavior. So, pwede rin na miss natin yung mga importanteng detalye pala sa isang anecdotal record or report. Next is uses of anecdotal records. Record unusual events such as accidents. So, mahalaga po yung anecdotal record kasi dito po nagre-record tayo ng mga events or accidents. Records children's behavior, skills, and interests of planning purposes. Record how an individual is progressing in a specific area of development. So, yun po yung mga kalagahan or gamit ng isang anecdotal record na kaya natin or it's very, what we call this, convenient. And also, we have here, it provides means of communication. So, isa din po siyang means of communication sa mga members of the healthcare and the facility who facilitates coordinated planning. Next is clear, complete, accurate, and factual documentation. Provides a reliable, permanent record of the patient care. So, it is very important, or the anecdotal is very important po, no? Para sa mga records na ginagawa natin. So, that's all. Thank you.